Great archery today. Spread across the African continent, a great thing for the sport globally. As we go now to the barebow men's gold medal match. Let's go down for those introductions to the athletes.
On target 2, on target 1 representing Galal, Eldin, Ahmed from Sudan.
Sur la cible numéro 1, Ahmed Galal Eldin représentant le Soudan.
And on target number 2 representing South Africa, Henk, Brummer.
Sur la cible numéro 2, représentant l'Afrique du Sud, Henk Brummer.
And the umpire for this match is Eldin Ben Abdul Fettah.
Le juge pour ce match est Eldin Ben Abdul Fettah.
So Hussein Attaf taking on the refereeing duties in this one. It will be Ahmed Galal Eldin from Sudan on target number 1, who will shoot first. And he goes up against Henk Brummer from South Africa. So we are going to have a new nation on the podium here in this session. Will the athlete from Sudan claim gold or silver? It's time to find out here in Pretoria.
Five. 7.
Galal's been the best archer so far in this event at these championships, top seed.
9.
That arrow more indicative of his level.
5. 5.
Nerves definitely playing a part here. So a nervy start from the pair of them, and it is the leading athlete so far this week taking the points, but 17 for Brummer, 19 for Eldin. Is that just nerves, or is it a little bit more than that, Chris?
Let's be very clear. This is the first time that there has been barebow archery in the African Championships. This is the first time in 6 years that this event has taken place, and it's the first time ever that we've had TV on the African continent. So this is not normal. This is new. Nerves are certainly going to play a factor. We heard it from our compound men's winner, Christian Bayers, de Klerk. The nerves were playing a part, but I expect these two to settle. They've both shot really well this week. Good level. Ahmed Galal has been the one to beat. Very different techniques. It'd be good to watch this time around. Ahmed Galal using the kind of traditional barebow technique, pulling his hand back, his draw hand back to the corner of his mouth and looking directly down the top of the arrow to aim at the target. Henk Brummer anchoring on the bottom of his jaws, more like a recurve archer than traditional barebow technique.
I didn't even have to ask the question, Chris. You pulled that one straight out of my head. We're taking a big deep breath, and you can see what Chris is talking about there.
7.
Starts with a 7 as he did in the first set.
5. 4, 5, 9. 5.
5.
7.
So we've got him down as an 18. Potentially could have 19 here. So this is a big arrow here.
5.
But, well, grouping all low and left for a 15. It doesn't really matter about the measure now. Henk Brummer has definitely drawn level on set points, 2 apiece by my measure. Just looks a little bit more settled, the South African.
Looks a little bit more settled, but neither archer's really grouping around the middle of this target. It's difficult to say, right? Obviously, because the bigger the score, the better. That's archery. But if you looked at the groups in the target, Henk Brummer's top left, not really consistent, didn't really have a pattern. But Ahmed Galal, all bottom left. If he was aiming in the same place, then he can move those quite easily into the middle. You know, unlike the sighted disciplines, the sighted categories, compound and recurve, where should the arrow not hit the middle, they'll give a little twist to a left or right or up or down bar on their sights. With barebow archery, you just move where you aim. That decision takes 1 second. And that's something top archers learn to do in the finals arena, because it's tough, right? There's so many factors. There's wind, there's pressure, there's all these things going on around you. You've got to know, not just know where your arrow's landed, but interpret, evaluate. Is it me? Is it the winds? Is it something I'm going to do again the next time around? And make that decision to move the arrow into the middle with the next shot. And that's not an easy thing to learn. It takes time.
2 points to South Africa. We now have an equal score after the second game.
Well, nothing between the two. 2 set points each. We go into the third set. Sudan versus the Republic of South Africa. Ahmed Galal Eldin on the left, up against Henk Brummer on the right. This for the barebow men's African Championship title.
8. 9.
I'll have those nerves settled.
7.
Looked like a soft shot. Looked like he knew it was a soft shot too.
7.
There's just so much movement in Henk Brummer at full draw. He's twisting his head a lot, and for sure, if he does it accurately, does it consistently, it's okay, but it's difficult.
But that is a big opening for Brummer to come from behind. Looks like a 4, but it's more than enough. A 20 plays 17, and a 2-0 deficit has turned into a 4-2 lead for Henk Brummer from South Africa. Just looks, as I said a little bit earlier, just looks a little bit more settled.
Yeah, a little bit more relaxed, you know. This is his home turf. This is Pretoria. This is South Africa. I don't know where Henk Brummer comes from, but he's wearing a South African shirt. He's representing his home country on home soil. It's got to be more comforting, your local coach, your local crowd, your local friends around you. Ahmed Galal, first non-South African archer in a final here today. We'll have plenty more later, but it's a big ask, you know, to go into someone's house and take the top prize.
And currently, South Africa leads 4 points to 2. Mr. Henk Brummer, 4 points to 2.
Seems like a big ask, but the Sudanese athlete is still here to play. Showed signs in his first 2 arrows in the third set that he's still up for this one. Training now. He will shoot first in set number 4. Got to take at least a point here, so it's got to be level at least on scores to keep this match alive.
4.
Not the start he would have been looking for.
7.
Critical arrow, that one. Real pressure now on Galal.
3-4 liner.
And that is not going to be enough. Henk Brummer just has to hit the title to become the African champion. And he puts it into the 5, and it's more than enough. Coming from 2 behind, Henk Brummer from South Africa takes the barebow men's gold medal match at the African Championships here in Pretoria.